Hi everybody. In this video we are taking through the process of extracting palm wine from the palm tree. Palm wine basically is the natural juice found in palm trees, and it has got a very high alcoholic content. It is this bit of the palm wine, or the alcoholic content of palm wine, that is extracted through the process of brewing to produce the ever popular gin called apetition or ogoglo. In fact, apetition has got so many nicknames, but I guess that could be left for another day. In this clip, the palm trees are already felled. So all we see in here is a team of young guys, call them the tapping team, with their leader, the lead tapper, and he's this person at the moment who's got a locally made knife, a very sharp one. This hole you see there is actually created towards the top end of the trunk of the palm tree, and it's through this hole that the palm wine, or the juice, is collected. This person in there is this man is the man we calling the lead tapper. Is himself, and the touch bearer, and then the blowers, which forms the tapping team. Okay, in the background, I guess we've got some local young people who've just come around simply because they've seen maybe some cameramen roaming their locality. And as you can guess, this process can also be one of the serious causes of bushfire in Ghana and other African countries, because we see the touch bearer with a blazing fire going through the dry leaves. So if any bit of the fire drops and they don't find time to stop it, then we've got problem there. Well, at the moment, this is the bit where they try to apply heat, excessive heat, to the, if you like, the front of the dug hole. And what we are told is, by so doing, the palm wine is kept at its the taste of it is kept at its very sharp end. And if you don't do it this way, or if you eliminate this process, one, your palm wine the end product wouldn't taste nice, and two, it wouldn't take long for the juice to cease flowing. So one, this will make sure that you get your money's worth, and two, the taste also becomes as you want it, so to speak. Okay, so here the lead tapper is taking every care or every caution to make sure the tapping process, this is the very actual tapping process, because this is where the juice, which is all this hassle is about, comes through. Anyway, I think they're moving on to the next location, where they will take us through another process. Actually, I think it's the same process which is going to be repeated. Yeah, we've got the same guys there. We've got the lead tapper, the touch bearer, and in fact, they all come together to form the tapping team, and they all do the blowing. I swear, I guess the blowing is the most difficult bit of it. But the lead tapper has got to be a very skilled person. Well, as you can see, I think one need to fill their belly before starting this type of job. Yes, you need loads and loads of energy. And I guess I'm not really sure, but what I see or think it's one could also feel dizzy by doing this because one, you are using so much energy to blow this air at the same time smoke is going through your unprotected eyes at the same time. I don't know how they do it, but looking at it, I think that could be one of the health and safety issues which they could think of. Anyway, I don't mean we see our lead tapper again repeating the same process. So every single palm tree will be taken through the same process, and we are told this is done every evening, every single day. And a fair palm tree's life or lifespan is about 3 months. What I'm calling the lifespan here is the period over which the juice will continue flowing for it to be collected, as they've done here. This is the final, as stated, this is the final product, the palm wine as extracted, which is being passed around for people to have a taste of the final stuff. Well, I guess from here, once they've got their final product, which is the palm wine, it's collected on a daily basis and kept in big drums and left for days for it to be fermented. And after and basically after the fermentation process is completed, as judged by our Mr. Lead Tapper, then we now moved on onto the next phase or the next level in the whole process, and that actually is the brewery phase of it.
Okay.
In a minute, we will be taken to the brewery where
it is can train man na abo animu ben ne de duro ben ahyem na asɔne akɔ gallon animu na da ne nsefu ne de besi jaso ye na de nwa man da ne loka apetishi de be proof to anyfen nsefu na gallon
plastic container. This yellow plastic container, it's hot, is kept under each palm tree for the palm wine to be collected in. And this is what we said is collected on daily basis every evening. I don't mean this little blue container you've seen there is just temporary. The reason being that because they've taken the yellow container, they don't want to waste even a drop of of their hard-earned palm wine. Well, I think I can see a cottage in the background. That could be Mr. Lead Tapper's house with cocoyam and everything. Yeah, it looks like a very nice environment. Is that Mr. Lead Tapper's wife we see in the background? Well, he's going to need a nice woman to go home to after this hard work. Well, in a minute, I'm going to hand you over to the only lady we've got amongst the crew to take you through the commentary of the actual brewing process.
Well, lovely viewers out there, behind me are two big drums, one containing the palm wine, the natural palm wine. As you can see, there is a fire beneath it, boiling it, and as it boils, the vapor that comes out of it runs through a pipe that is connected from that one to another gallon, another drum here. And in this drum, we have a cold water in it. So as the vapor passes through it and it gets to that level, it turns into alcohol and drops into the yellow gallon we have down there, which we all know as apeteshi.
Thank you, Hannah. So we've been taken through the actual brewing process. Now, all we've got to do now is to do the cleaning up exercise, during which each drum will be emptied and properly cleaned before the next brewing takes place. And this is how they empty the barrels. Basically, they are just letting the wastewater or waste palm wine, the leftover, out. So until we come your way next time, this has been our humble way of taking you through how palm wine is extracted and finally converted into ogogoro or apeteshi in Ghana. Goodbye and see you next time.